Hey, my name is Natalie and welcome to the Ella Dropship channel. At Ella Dropship, we strive to be the go-to source for selling tips, marketing insights, and e-commerce news for entrepreneurs in the dropshipping space. We aim to inspire and uplift aspiring business owners all over in their pursuit for greater financial success, and we hope you can gain valuable knowledge from our channel. Starting anything brand new can be intimidating. There are barriers such as finances, knowledge, skills, and sometimes even emotional and physical limitations. And when it comes to starting a business, all of these barriers can become stressful. If you're considering online retail as a business though, we've got some advice for you to save your money, time, sweat, and tears. Today we're covering horrible mistakes to avoid when starting an e-commerce business. Let's take a look. Starting without a business plan in place. You can't start a hike without knowing where you're going, right? That same idea carries over to going on a long journey to getting a business off the ground. Whether it is logistics, marketing, finances, or finding a brand niche, there's a lot of details that go into a business plan, so it is crucial to have a defined roadmap with goals, milestones, missions, and more to guide you along your way. Not being disciplined. Many individuals with an entrepreneurial mindset want instant wins and gratification. But when starting a small business from scratch, it is unrealistic to expect success right off the bat. Beyond business growth, discipline also extends onto you as the business owner. A website isn't going to explode in sales just sitting there on the internet. Holding yourself accountable to dedicating time to managing your website and to test ad or sales strategy is crucial. Allowing yourself a work schedule holds yourself responsible for how your online store turns out. Ignoring your competition. Going into business with your website is fun, but it's best to step online with a conscious of how your industry is like. It is wise to research competitors, whether small businesses like yourself or larger established brands, to see what strategies, products, and marketing tactics they use. By understanding your competition, you'll be able to gauge strengths and weaknesses for your own brand and see how you offer customers in your niche something amazing. Not defining a target audience. And to offer your customers something amazing, you need to understand who they actually are. And this is where finding a target audience comes in. A target audience is your ideal primary customer for your brand and its products. And this is incredibly core to your business because knowing your customer and what he or she wants determines if your website will sink or swim. Taking too long to launch your site. And speaking of sink or swim, if you're launching an online store, it is best to keep a reasonable pace for your start to launch timeline. Why? Well, time is money, right? The less time a website is up and running online means less potential sales for you. Unfortunately, taking the time to research a product niche, find a target demographic for your business, and set up your website can vary a lot in time. It comes down to how new you are to starting and setting up an e-commerce business. Launching a business you're not passionate about. There is a saying that you should love what you do, right? So it makes sense that whatever business you launch, that it is something you have interest and heart for. After all, starting and running a business requires a certain sense of commitment and dedication. And even when you hit a rough patch in navigating your business, you have to have perseverance and drive to keep fighting on. Keep this in mind. Taking a one-size-fits-all approach to your website. Why is a one-size-fits-all approach a big mistake? Well, every brand is different. Each makes customers feel a different way with different products, messaging, prices, and strategies. What one competitor is doing with its shoppers may not necessarily work successfully for you, especially without you actually testing it out. That is why it's important to individually test strategies on your own products and own customers and tweak accordingly to what your sales metrics and customer stats are telling you. Big discounts may not work for you, or constant emails may work better for your customers than for those of others. It is all in the stats and trial and error. Not optimizing your website. In today's smartphone-driven world, everyone is on their phone. And with over 3 decades worth of technological advancements in the internet, consumers today expect speed, security, and user-friendliness with websites and platforms. If your website isn't optimized for mobile, search engines, or your pages in general take a long time to load, you may be in for trouble. As a small business, you have a shorter window frame to make a good impression on a visitor, so make sure your pages, checkout, and payment gateways are all running smoothly to ensure you don't possibly miss out on a sale. Lack of UX design. In line with optimization of your website, you want to take time to ensure that your site navigation, like menus and design flow, make sense and are easy to use. If your site has elements that are too jarring or too complicated to use, you will lose site visitors. Lack of customer reviews. The proof is in the social proof. Because what makes a person trust a product or service? Reviews. People love to read reviews and hear of other people's opinions and experiences with something, so be sure to add some for your items you're dropshipping to your site, so visitors can feel confidence and trust in your store. Lack of online marketing. The other horrible mistake newcomers to e-commerce business make is setting up a website and just letting business run by itself. The truth is, it is incredibly hard for websites to gain steady sales with just organic traffic, so it is pertinent that you invest a budget for social media ads and also search engine marketing. By putting money into ads, you can attract potential customers to your site by using eye-catching video or imagery. This also helps visually show your brand appeal. Providing poor customer service. Questions and complaints are the norm for a business, and when you're online, customers and visitors will likely reach out to you through email or messages on social media. But if you have a slow response time or not at all, that can alienate people and thus leave a bad impression of your brand onto others. And that is a horrible mistake to make when starting a business of your own. To do right, make sure you check your business email and social handles multiple times daily to respond to customers, and remember to follow up on things to keep customers informed and happy. All that being said, mistakes are inevitable and part of the growing process and growing pains of a small online business. And there isn't an entrepreneur out there who hasn't made mistakes along the way to success. But if you keep these mistakes we've listed in mind, you can take the correct steps to getting your online business off the ground smoothly. However, for some people, mistakes cost time and money that they don't want to risk, especially if it's for starting a simple online retail store up and off the ground. Luckily, Ali Dropship has a solution to avoid those pitfalls altogether. Our custom stores that are built for you with all your setup done by e-commerce professionals. With over 10 years of experience in building fully functional e-commerce sites from scratch, Ali Dropship is the leading go-to source for entrepreneurs looking to utilize the convenience of dropshipping for business created for success. We hope this video was helpful in highlighting common mistakes newcomers to online businesses make. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone you think it could help. Want to learn more about an ultra-fast supplier for your website? Check out our video here about Salvia, a subscription supplier that ships items in as little as 3 days, all throughout the United States. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video. Goodbye!